Hey guys, welcome to Top 5 Niches of the Week, the original print-on-demand niches show where my goal is to give you 5 print-on-demand niches to target to increase your sales based on their demand, them being in high demand in the near future. So let's get right to it. This is episode 264, and here are the organic top 10 best sellers on Amazon Merch, which is their print-on-demand program. No surprise, a lot of almost exclusively Father's Day shirts, and then a kind of new trend, new-ish trend that we'll talk about soon. So let's get right to it, to niche number 1. And this had to be No Kings. This was the one bestseller in the top 10 that I saw that was not Father's Day related. And I believe there was like organized protests or something going on recently. Like I'm completely kind of unplugged from mainstream news, or you know what I mean? So I get my trends from t-shirts, and I can see quite a few of these in high demand right now, as evidenced by the BSR. That first one with the cat kicking an orange, it says BSR 17. The next one, BSR 11,000. And the one after that, BSR 11,000, 12,000, 15,000, 17,000, 18,000, 18,000, 20,000, 28,000. So some really nice BSRs here in the top 10 shirts indexed on No Kings. You've got like a lot of crown elements in the design. You've got one with a rainbow there, which it is June, so maybe they're cross-niching kind of No Kings and Pride. I don't know. No Kings since 1776. We the People, No Kings in America. Just lots of mixing of similar search terms, it seems, being used as design elements. So here's 10 more. Here are 10 more. So there's 30 No King shirts. The reason I wanted to share so many of them was there really are just so many different ways of creating designs that are currently popular in this niche, as you can see. Moving on, I was going to say actually, maybe this will be popular through July 4th too, since we know anything with those elements of red, white, and blue are eligible to be kind of indexed and make sales for people searching for July 4th as well. So this could fall into the presumably anti-Trump July 4th kind of cross niche there, right? Niche number 2, Ed the Zebra. Now, I didn't even really look this up. I just saw this was trending. I picked out 5 of these Ed the Zebra shirts. Now, they're not necessarily trendy in terms of BSR, but the BSRs look like they've sold maybe once or twice, so nothing too crazy. But I did pull these from Merch Dominator, the research tool that I use when doing Amazon print-on-demand research. I pulled them from the newest section, and the newest section looks at recently submitted products to Amazon, so new product listings that have already sold. Because I know it's common sentiment that I see on comments on YouTube videos, print-on-demand YouTube videos, talking about, oh, how could I ever make a sale in X, Y, and Z niches? Well, if you use Merch Dominator's newest section, it's only showing you products that are newly submitted that have sold. So it's like, hey, this is just how my brain works. Like if other people can do it, I'm quite certain I can do it too, right? If I give it, enough effort and figure out what they're doing differently, or is it my design? Is it my SEO? Is it my niche selection? Is it my price point? There's a lot of different things, right? But holistically, you can usually find something that's working and then do more of it. So in this case, I would say niche selection. I saw at least 5 of these Ed the Zebra shirts. It looks like they're painting murals and whatnot. I just Googled it in Nashville. So I guess it's a Nashville thing. Daycare owner writes a children's book about Ed the escaped zebra. So maybe he escaped. And then they, okay, looks like they captured it and they flew it back to the zoo. That's kind of funny. Surprised. Okay, they have done that in the design. I was going to say, did the designs have him being like hung in a harness? This one behind my head did. Let me hide myself real quick on the right side there. So Ed the Zebra, that's niche number 2. Be careful with stuff like that. Like we've seen stuff like this in the past where it gets really trendy, and I am a mere mortal YouTuber talking about current trends. I don't know how long this trend is going to last, and if it has legs to last for multiple weeks. We've seen things like Moodang, which even had like a cryptocurrency spun off that did really well. So you never know how big these are going to get. Just wanted to share that, hey, niche number 2, Ed the Zebra, brand new. Niche number 3, Before we get to niche number 3, I do have a full print-on-demand free course that you can get. Just give me your email address linked below in the description of this video, and I will send you the course, 1 lesson a day for 20 days. And I have a print-on-demand Facebook group linked below as well. Niche number 3, how about July 4th? Now, I handpicked all of these July 4th shirts based on what I've seen in the past be some of the best sub-niches of July 4th. Because obviously July 4th as a trend is going to have a ton of people that just go to Google or go to Amazon or go to Etsy and just type in July 4th shirt or funny July 4th shirt or maybe July 4th 2025 shirt. By the way, all examples of kind of medium, long tail-ish keywords that you could target. But I also like to mix in the text from the design. So I handpicked these 5. The first one is fireworks, and it says, just here to bang. The next one says, it's only treason if you lose, and it's got George Washington wearing his big, I think those are Oakleys, right? Sunglasses. The next one, the metric system can't measure freedom, and you got George Washington again, lifting weights, riding a freedom rocket on the back of an American Eagle. The next one, MILF, man, I love fireworks. And the 5th one is fireworks manager. If you see me running, you should too. Now, I actually did a bonus selection here because this is one that is from an old meme, like an old meme video or video that became a meme. And it still sells well to this day. It says, back it up, Terry, put it in reverse. And so here are just 3 examples of back it up, Terry shirts. Now, this meme has legs, in the sense that it has staying power. It's year after year after year. You see people buying these shirts, back it up, Terry. So that there's going to be search volume on this specific sub niche. The reason I share that, it's not just going to be someone typing in July 4th shirt that buys the back it up Terry shirt. There will be people who type in back it up Terry shirt, and you're eligible. And that's a much more realistic way. If you're worried about, oh, how am I going to sell a July 4th shirt? Well, these sub niches do have search interest associated with the specific sub niche. So you're not necessarily only competing for traffic on the most broad high value terms, which are July 4th shirt. Hopefully that made sense. By the way, if you're struggling to make quality designs in July 4th, Creative Fabrica is a go-to resource for many print-on-demand sellers. It costs about $3.99 a month to use. They've got millions of graphics, over 100,000 fonts. I'll drop my link in the description to get the best rate in case you want to check it out. Moving on to niche number 4. Grilling sees its peak in search interest according to Google Trends, which is a free tool, by the way, in kind of late June, early July, right around July 4th. So kind of similar to niche number 3, but overlooked is grilling when the weather's beautiful, peak summertime. So, and it kind of double peaks there. You can kind of see, and we're currently in the first peak, which is probably Father's Day. Actually, I'm of course blocking it. Let me move myself. Oh no, I wasn't really blocking it. Okay, good. That initial peak is probably Father's Day, and then the peak after that is July 4th. This is prime time. This is the Super Bowl for grilling shirts, and it's National Grilling Month in July. So grilling t-shirts is going to be niche number 4. Now, there's a bunch of different ways to sell grilling themed shirts. There's also other print-on-demand products you can sell very complementary to grilling that I would explore. Here's a couple sub-niches. The first one is like a trading card design. It says O1 El Abuelo, grilling the meats. Next one, I like my butt rubbed and my pork pulled. That has a BSR of 139,000. Next, world famous dad's backyard chill and grill, BSR 148,000. So you can see that these BSRs at above 100,000 are not selling nearly as well as the No King shirts were that had a 12,000 BSR. I don't necessarily order my top 5 niches by best sellers currently, but that's why we use BSR as an indicator to see the current sales velocity on Amazon so that we're not guessing, right? We have real data. Next one, brisketarian, because brisket never disappoints. The next one, Baba, the man, the myth, the legend, probably a Father's Day. The next is an American flag made of grilling utensils. Next one says, mind if I smoke it. Next one says, I only smoke the good stuff and it's meats. Next one, I'd smoke that. And the next one, 10 out of 10, smoke meat every day, which I inevitably, in my head, sing in the Nate Dogg voice. Rest in peace. And here's 10 more grilling shirts as well, just going to show you that there's just so many ways to sell in this niche and a lot of fun ones. The only one I would avoid would be the one in the bottom right corner here, the Grill Father in the Godfather movie font. I think it's too close to the movie. And maybe perhaps the Jack Daniels inspired design right here, but I think it's probably different enough. Okay, niche number 5, let's go. World UFO Day is on July 2nd. Now, it's tough. We're in a little bit of a lull in terms of big predictable demand for niches in June and July. I say this every year. My subscribers know this. So how about World UFO Day? UFO shirts can sell year round, but then you have a specific date where you've got a little bit of predictable spike in interest. Okay, that is July 2nd. So let's look at some UFO themed shirts. These, animals doing selfies with UFOs in the background shirts are just extremely popular, make great evergreen designs, and should theoretically see a spike for World UFO Day in early July. Also, the big alien head shirts probably will see a spike around Halloween as well, if you want to include that as a keyword to optimize around. So here's 20 of the top shirts indexed on UFO, and I have a cool video planned for this upcoming week talking about a print-on-demand product that sees its highest search interest in the summer months, selling 150,000 units a month on Amazon currently. So make sure you're subscribed so you catch that video. The reason I was reminded of it is because I made a design on that video in the kind of conspiracy UFO Bigfoot-esque niche, all right, for that product. And it came out insanely good. And what reminded me of it, honestly, was this neon color scheme. So you're not going to want to miss that one. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to drop that soon. All right, emerging trends. These are all shirts that their current BSR is significantly outperforming their 90-day average. Typically, when short-term moving averages outperform long-term moving averages, could be indicative of an emerging trend if you get followed through, okay? That's me talking about stocks, which is another passion of mine. I've been posting more to my finance channel lately, by the way, Hogue Investing on YouTube. But this is just looking at moving averages in terms of BSRs, bestseller ranks of Amazon t-shirts, and it works just the same. Where you get the biggest wins are typically when there is that follow through. But you can see it even picked up on the No King shirt with the cat kicking the orange. All right, looking ahead, here we go. These are smaller niches, at least a month out, but they still have sales associated. July 15th, Gummy Worm Day. July 16th, National Hot Dog Day. July 18th, World Listening Day. July 19th, Women's Dive Day. And July 20th, National Ice Cream Day. Yum. What's your favorite ice cream? Mine has to be chocolate chip cookie dough. I don't know why. I'm a sucker. I don't know if that's actually the best ice cream. Like, I wouldn't even try to argue that it is. It's just my favorite. The archive. Let's look back in time 11 months ago. See what might be trending 1 month from now. Okay, well, the archive's not going to be as useful as it usually is because last year we had the political election theme shirts, basically trendy from the middle of the year up through the end of the year. So the archive, that's what we're going to see pretty much every time. In a couple weeks, we're going to see the Trump stuff come roaring back. It is what it is. But that's probably not as useful as I intended for the archive there. All right, remove designs to close out the video. These were all removed in the last 24 hours. Check it out. Could be removed by Amazon. Could be removed by the uploader. But in case you see anything that you sell, you might want to reconsider taking it down. Thank you guys for watching. Check out my full print-on-demand course linked in the description. If you need help jump-starting your sales, why not learn from somebody that's been doing it for 8 years, that's made over $500,000 profit selling print-on-demand? Yes, profit. It's one thing to say, hey, I sold a lot, but profit's why we're here, right? We want to take home that money and, do whatever we want with it. Well, hey, $500,000, not bad. So check that out, linked in the description. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe on your way out if you're not already, and I will see you soon with another new video.